Good morning, Miss Lee.
Good morning.
Please introduce yourself po.
I'm Mrs. Angelita Vilma C. Adelantar, the Academic Coordinator of the Grade School Department of Colegio San Agustin Binyan. And I have been here for 27 years.
Okay, thank you, Miss Lee, for this opportunity. And would like to ask some questions regarding our issues and trends in the school. For the first question po, as the academic coordinator, how do you deal with students that belong to the special population in terms of their needs and education if there are some enrolled in the community?
Okay, actually there are a lot of students enrolled in the community that belong to the special population. We call them special population. Okay, they belong to the special population. The guidance opens as a program which we call as the accommodation or modification for children with special needs. They are the children that belongs to the special population. And some of the programs that we have here are individualization of instruction, special remedial program when necessary for those who really need it, bringing the child in a strategic sitting position in the classroom, emphasizing less structure and more self-selected activities, as well as motivating children through encouragement and teacher support. Also, we have emphasizing group projects using audiovisual aids, especially for those who are who belongs to the PWD, let's say partially blind, or they really need something, or they need hearing aids, so they were given visual aids. Using concrete instead of abstract materials, and of course reducing competition to a minimum. So those are usually the strategies that we are using for the children that belongs to the special population.
For the second question, is CSA Binyan a partner of the anti-bullying program? And how did the grade school community deal with bullying?
Yes, ever since there's what we call the anti-bullying program of the DepEd, the CSA Binyan is really a partner of it. Well, in fact, the school is providing symposiums and seminars to the teachers for us to really know and on how we are going to deal with this bullying case, especially the guidance office. They are in charge of that. And also for the students, we have this anti-bullying campaign, which we are always giving at the start of the school year. And aside from that, every end of the school year, the Students Welfare Coordinator or the Discipline Coordinator is making a report which is always submitted to the DepEd Binyan, to the Division of Binyan, for accounting purposes, just in case we have these bullying cases.
Now, as the internet and or social media medium is getting more occupied, users are granted almost every information and trends in general. Would this affect the ideals and mentality of the children to follow the status quo?
Maybe. There are actually a lot of effect in the use of the internet. But in the case of Colegio San Agustin Binyan, especially in the use of the gadgets, we are discouraging the use of the cell phones and the gadgets inside the classroom. For the cell phones, they are only allowed, we are allowing the pupils to bring cell phones, but it is only for communication purposes to their parents. But during class hour, they are not allowed to it. For the social media, they are not really allowed. Most of the time, we do not use or we do not engage on the lessons wherein they will be, let's say, giving assignments on the social media. We are not into that.
Thank you, Ms. B. Ms. Lalay, please introduce yourself.
I am Lelay Esperanza, a guidance associate of Colegio San Agustin Binyan, in charge of grades 5 and 6 level for 6 years, I think.
Okay, thank you, Miss. Now, can you share to us the different issues that you have encountered in the class of grade 5 and grade 6 po?
Issues, most likely, there are separation anxiety. I've encountered that before, but As of this moment, I just have few. And then, particularly the cases that I am handling right now is more on special population. These are the children of God. We call it children of God, di ba, Miss?
Yes po.
So yun yung mga may concerns. Some of them occur na, dito na natin na-check,
Yes.
na double check, na-diagnose yung iba. So through the help of their psychiatrist and developmental pedia. And then there are some naman who are still under observation with the help of the advisors.
Through observation
Through
also.
observation.
Referral.
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 So
What are the actions that we have done for these particular issues like what you have mentioned a while ago? And was it solved or still a pending case in the guidance office?
for the separation anxiety, it was solved, but it took us a month. Again, in cooperation with advisor and the parents.
Yes, also.
Kaya naka-cope yung bata with that. And then sa bullying cases natin, na very few na, I mean, we're so very fortunate with that. Na-solve siya with the help of discipline coordinator, the advisor, and the parents. So some of them were given sanctions, and most likely iba warnings, yung iba talaga nag-give interventions, behavior modifications because of their aggressiveness. And then doon iba naman, doon natin nakita dun sa, because yung isang factor bully, kasi meron pala silang underlying concern that leads to special population. Tapos, so in regards with the special population, I still believe, and I do believe na it's still in progress. Kasi it's not just one click lang. So, you and we are very much lucky kasi there are what we call these parents who are very cooperative and collaborative, di ba, Miss? In your
Madami na.
case, madami mo na na-handle.
na-handle.
So, madami talaga sila na which they give formal and complete assessment that will help us to follow the interventions given by this professional help. Like their psychiatrists or yung psychologist nila, pwede ba meron din recommendations?
Yes, may nakasulat
Yes,
naman.
that we follow. And there are some parents na talagang ini-invite nila yung kanilang psychiatrist to help us to understand more the case of the kids. So we're so lucky. So, but particularly with advisor, inaano kayo,
Na-orient na kami.
yun. So how are we going to handle?
Yes.
So I do believe these are the steps that will help us to resolve or to solve this case. But again, it's having a special population, it's it's a long process and a journey. But of course, we do have, kaya tayo, what I mean is, nahihirapan for those na bakit ang tagal-tagal, there's no improvement, there's no progress with this particular kid. Particularly kasi kay parent.
Oo, sometimes.
Diba? Si parents, I know it's not easy.
Some parents
Are very in denial.
in
Denial.
denial of
Opo.
the situation of their child.
Yun, di ba, Miss? Medyo sila doon. Nandun pa sila sa stage. Kaya they are not yet fully accepted yung concern ng bata. Kaya they cannot give full attention and concern or dun hindi sila makapag-hands-on. So yun, kaya nahihirapan tayo.
Oo.
Kasi we
Tatagalan yung proseso.
yes, give the full intervention or help to this particular people. Kasi nga sila parents ay hindi nila masyado sa natatanggap. But I do believe naman with all the recommendations and observations na sinasabi nila sa kanila, unti-unti na nilang natatanggap na these are the concerns and things that I need to do. Parang kailangan na nilang bigyan pansin.
Yes.
Diba? Mas
Oo.
madami ng
Ang
cases.
Ang dami ng cases din sa atin. Okay, next. What are the different programs that you have offered in the different levels of the grade school department?
So
from grades 1 to grade 6 po.
Okay.
Ibang programs na ginawa na natin.
For July, we give anti-bullying program.
Programs.
It's an institutional. Actually, from grade 1 to
grade
college yun. Diba?
Madami,
Oo, madami talaga. So, we do have lunching.
Oo.
Then after that, we have a 1-week anti-bullying campaign. Ay,
Sa high school nga meron din.
sa grade school, sa level ko, sa grades 5 and 6, sa grade 5, they make their own collage,
Collage,
diba?
oo.
Minsan. Tapos sa grade 6, It is collaboration with the research in English. They're going to video and then interview some pupils, personnel, parang they will ask what comes first to their mind, about bullying. So how are they going to be
Collaboration
help?
talaga with
Yes,
the
of course.
subject na rin. no?
Integrated sila doon na may
Yes.
parang gagawa sila doon ng simple video clip lang
Mm-mm.
na ano yung concept ng mga tao sa bullying.
Bullying.
And as a person, as na ikaw yung interview, what are the things that you can do or to help to avoid this one or the not to be a bully. And then, what else pa? We do have, of course, for the guidance, Misa, madami.
Oo,
Oh, yeah, we do have institutional career.
Oo,
This
yes,
will
yes.
remember that from preschool
Hindi
to
lang,
college.
oo, hindi lang sa grade 5 and 6. The whole community.
Ayan, institutional career week. Unahin ko na yung mga institutional natin.
Oo.
So, institutional career week, so from the grade school, per level, they have different, for the grade 6, we carry alumni sharing. For the grade 5 also, then grades 1, teachers, parents involvement.
Yes.
Yun, tapos, career dream, what do you call, career board, career mapping for
Yes.
that grade
Grade
4,
four.
diba sa iba.
Oo.
So, yun yung mga cases, yun yung mga, what do you call this, activities that we have.
Oo.
Then, tapos we do have also for the grades 5 and 6, nagbibigay tayo ng enhancement programs such as seminars, positive relationship, or other seminars. So, yung seminars na yun, naka-anchored siya dun sa needs assessment. Do you still remember yung binigay ng checkan ng bata?
Oo, ng bata, yes.
Yung concern
Oo.
nila, yun. Naka-anchor dun.
Yung iba takot sumagot doon.
Oo, kasi nga.
Diba? Kasi akala nila kung ano yun.
Confidential naman. So, yun,
Confidential.
naka-anchor. Tapos, we do have psychological tests. Diba, Miss Eric?
The start of the school year.
School year, meron. Like, for new students, of course, admission sa mga old SAT, yung personality. So, they will be more aware and then they will understand themselves more, yung mga kids, by having this psychological test. Tapos, what else do we have? Most likely. And of course, we do have guidance homeroom program with the help of the
Yes.
advisor.
Every month, we do have activities to be
Yes.
given to them. Sometimes meron mga videos and they're going to give their insights about
Di
it.
ba masipag ka
Oo.
naman? Very fairness with you, ma'am.
Sobra-sobra pa ako
Ay,
minsan
mga
doon.
activities mo, di ba?
Iniiba ko nga minsan yung iba din.
Oo, nakikita ko
Di ba?
naman, di ba?
Minsan nga tinatanong ako ng iba, anong ginawa mo? Eto, bakit iba yung...
Kasi
Hindi,
nag-aano.
dinagdag ko kasi yung activities nila sometimes good for 1 week. Eh di ba, for the whole month yung activity na yun. So ginagawa ko, the next week, iba na naman. The
Nag-add
next week,
ko.
oo.
Oh, yun
Sometimes I will just choose kung ano yung ipinapalagay ko sa homeroom folder nila. Pero sometimes, talagang sinosobrahan ko na para sabi ko, kung ano yung maayos, yun yung iniiwan ko.
Ayun,
O, diba?
kaya maganda, di ba, Miss?
Mm,
At least may
marami.
input with your help. Tapos,
Yes.
yung case articulation, I
Ayun.
believe na malaking tulong yun
Yes,
for the
totoo.
teachers.
For the teachers, especially sa teachers. Kasi we really don't know
You
the
don't have
history,
any idea.
the history of the child. So, it helps us to really know the students well. So,
Ms. Lalay, how will this program help in boosting of the personality of the child?
So with the enhancement program that we are giving to the kids or to the pupils, I do believe that they increase their knowledge about themselves, particularly their self-confidence, self-esteem. They also became assertive in other ways, diba? Particularly if we do have the anti-bully activities, then we teach them how to be assertive, how to answer back, how to fight back nicely. And then in the other activities, they discover who they are. Sa ating homeroom module, they still remember homeroom guidance natin. Yung mga activities doon that who am I celebrating, who am I discovering themselves to other people and by themselves sa career week, di ba? They are interviewing their parents. So doon i-increase din yung kanilang way of speaking, engagement or engaging with their parents and with the other people. Tapos sa grade 6, di ba, nagkakaroon sila ng research output ng by interviewing other people. So, yung pagiging approachable nila, welcoming, how are they going to... So, yung nabibuild or nai-increase for other kids. Yun yung mga nabuboost sa kanila. And then, what else pa? Sa career, I do I do believe na natutulungan natin sila magkaroon ng better choices or career better decision when it comes to having a career sooner or later. It's nandun nga involvement ng teachers at saka ng parents. Yeah,
Okay. So, what are the interventions that you have come up to those that belong to the special population?
Special population. Again, the children of that. So, in this, we do have behavior modification, particularly for those students who have anger management, separation anxiety. So, we have a close monitoring with them. Nagbibigay tayo ng mga tasks. May individual counseling sila or case na binibigay natin. For example, di ba, meron kami isang paper nakalagay doon, ano yung mga dapat nating i-target. So, for this week, kailangan hindi na kasama si mami inside the classroom or si daddy. Dapat papasok ka na on your own. The following week, hindi na siya magpapakita sa recess, sa mga separation inside. So, there are series of tawag dito, interventions na pinafollow sa separation. Sa special population, particularly kapag we do have ADHD, aside from the close monitoring of the advisor, the DCO, and the collaboration of the girls, kami meron din sarili, di ba, pag yung, what do you call this, kapag recess, activity period, from time to time, we ask them how's your day, pinakikwento natin so that they will release and we will know kung ano yung mga activities na ginawa nila and how are we going to correct if there is a need na kailangan natin i-correct yung mga concerns nila. So, the attention that they are needing, nabibigay natin sa advice. So, ano pa mga interventions? Yun, that I do believe naman yung mga programs, seminars na binibigay natin for the teachers, for the kids, nakakatulong sa kanila. Even yung ibang mami, di ba po, nagbibigay, parents rather, nagbibigay sila sa atin ng tips on how are we going to handle those special yun, ina-apply namin yun. Yung what are the recommended, what do you call this, recommended interventions given by the psychiatrist. So, pina-follow natin. Diba, minsan binibigay namin sa inyo. So, yun yung mga interventions. And still continues pa rin. We're learning, we're asking. And by the way, in handling this special population, we are guided by our registered guidance counselor and PhD Dr. Mariano, our head. Kaya yung mga activities na binibigay sa kanila, yung mga programs, ina-approve niya muna yun. Tapos from time to time, nagsisip-in siya. Diba, Miss? Pag may
So, okay. Sine-check din nila kung okay, kung nasusunod. So, that's all. Miss Lelay, thank you for your time. Okay, thank you po.